Hey everyone, welcome to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for Tuesday, November 22nd, 2016. I'm Athen, and this channel is about using the actual constellations in the sky known as Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to check out the link down below because the signs are different. All right, so today we are still in the moon in Leo, which signifies a bit of playfulness, fun. At least it's a really good day for this. I think lightening things up, seeing where we can have a bit of fun and entertainment in our life, and maybe even express ourselves a bit. You know, the moon in Leo, the North Node's been showing us a lot to learn about that self-expression. And as we approach life with the willingness to learn more about that, about the passions, the interests, the things that are close to our heart. I think it's an excellent day for that. Now, we are still in the third quarter phase, which means that, it's this collectively challenging time, perhaps initiating things, all right? So taking steps, initiating things, challenging ourselves, basically to cultivate any new insights we did gain last week or that we might feel like we want to move forward this week. Now, the sun is right in between Libra and Scorpio, shifting into Scorpio as we go through the week. So there is this shift of focus, and it has been and still is in very many ways about mutuality, about the importance of tactfulness and cooperation, and all in all, just having balance in our life, and shifting into a deeper area of life where Mercury and Saturn have already been, which is helping us see the deep truth of life, the deep truth of ourselves, and maybe how to get vulnerable with life, vulnerable with ourselves, vulnerable with relationships. That's the sun right in between Libra, which is very relationship oriented, going into Scorpio, which is everything on the deeper level. So definitely that shift of focus, and I think being aware of that is a great way to gain that energy, gain that prana as we get into the deeper side of things. Now, this is the placements. In terms of the aspects, we do have quite a bit going on today. The most important being that Mercury sextiling up to Jupiter, which is quite nice. So this is just an opening. It's not a given, but sort of opening to where we can be feeling perhaps collectively open-minded, which is good, which makes it really good for learning, in fact. This could be higher learning mixed with the practical learning, seeing the possibilities and also the practical side of things at the same time, making it really good for study, university, spirituality, even astrology, all this type of stuff that does require the openness with the practical, mathematical, rational mind, which is Mercury. Now, this could also be perhaps feeling a bit inspired today, could certainly be, especially for you Geminis and Virgos out there. So if you are feeling a bit inspired, utilize that. I think it's a good time for that. Maybe even a bit of flow. And, seeing that things are, sort of moving along today, and we can find that flow and kind of move with it as we find that current. But all in all, I think just a bit of open-mindedness, I think a bit of inspiration perhaps, and seeing that, being aware of it can really go a long ways today. Now, the moon is forming a few aspects, as you can see here. We'll be trining up to Venus and Pluto, I do want to mention. So I think particularly the first half can be really good for our values, seeing our values in life, being grateful for the things we value in life, and even our relationships, maybe a bit of relationship support here this first half of the day. And then the tramp to Pluto does suggest a bit of depth, a bit of change, a bit of, again, openness and intimacy, which can come across as quite easy, at least easier in relation to other time periods. So that's the trines. Now, the moon will be forming a square with Mercury and Saturn. So when it comes to, first of all, communication, even though I think our minds do have that dose of open-mindedness, which is good, do bring extra attention to, I think, the communications. If you're feeling like, I don't know, if there's a blockage or if there's something rash or something impulsive or something like that. As I always say with the squares, it's good to stay centered, bring attention to the present moment, and in that way, maybe saying some things or doing some things that is the right thing to do or the right thing to say. And then that can help us really work with this in a constructive sort of manner. And again, Mercury is in Scorpio, so it is about openness. It is about, that openness and vulnerability there. So that's the Mercury side to it. The square to Saturn does suggest that it's a good day for really willing ourselves towards patience and responsibility. Okay, so maybe there's some things we got to take care of, buckle down to do it, because again, it's the right thing. It's the long-term thing, the thing we know we need to do. But as we cultivate patience within ourselves, a bit of responsibility within ourselves, I think that's a great way of working with this square. And again, it can be constructive. Squares are always times of building and achievement and, again, taking those steps which can move things forward. Now, in the evening time, the moon will be opposing Chiron, so maybe there's some healing, some rejuvenation certainly available. So in the evening, I think just being open to any wounds that might come up. I don't think it's going to be a major thing, but anything that comes up, it's a wound. Accepting it, and that can be a very rejuvenating thing. So all in all, I think today the most important thing is this Mercury sextile up to Jupiter, open-mindedness, great for learning. It's just an opportunity for that. Anything that does have to do with inspiration, a bit of flow in the day. Great for, I think, support with the values, gratitude, relationships can be supportive. Great day for change. And the squares up to Mercury and Saturn does suggest that giving a bit of extra attention there on, communication and the responsibility today. And of course, we're still in the third quarter phase, so that's kind of the theme anyways, is this square kind of energy of, taking that slow and steady approach, but initiating, taking steps, and willing ourselves to move some things forward. And with the moon in Leo, maybe very good for the self-expression, bringing in and actually having the intention of applying a bit of the self-expression, a bit of the playfulness and lighthearted energy in life. All right, so I hope you guys have an awesome day. Thanks again for all of your support, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care.